There's a link in there if you want to help him out. There's a fund, a GoFundMe. I might do that. I might go ahead and GoFundMe, throw in $50 or something to him, because he's doing a really good thing for us. He's sending out a lot of information to people. He knows a lot about this, and the thing about him, he has a very good way of coming at this. People ask him a lot of questions about exactly how this works and stuff like that. And he's not like me. He's not sitting there fumbling around and trying to figure. He's like, we really, it's coming from the other side, and it's hard to know all the tactics. I respect that. I respect it because it kind of simplifies it. You go on about making people aware of the issue. I really respect him for what he's doing. I mean, he is a hero to me. He is a hero to me. But I really respect that kind of angle, because he wants to just go on and get people aware about the issue before you start talking about the details of it. Now what I feel in my heart is that for target individuals, I want to talk about some of the specifics and the details. I feel like I have a specific role to play in this, and he does too, and we all do. As TIs, we all have a specific role to play, a responsibility. Whether we want it or not. Guys. I guess that's heavy. I'm gonna try and stop being heavy on this video, but we have a responsibility now. But I take a more approach where I'm trying to figure it out, because I do. And this girl, the girl moderator, she had like a 5-hour call. And then we went over to another call because somebody else had a talk shoe code, and continued to talk. These conference calls are great, guys. They will give you ideas from other target individuals that you didn't think of. They'll parallel with your situation. They'll free you from that isolation you feel. Please get on these calls. I'm just gonna go ahead and post it on my main thing, and I think I'm gonna post it on this video. The schedule for the week. I think I'm just going to keep on posting the schedule for the week and all the calls. I need to send an email to somebody I talked to yesterday, and I need to do that today. I need to send her a schedule of all the main calls, and then there's even smaller calls in there. But there's a call every night. So if you feel alone, if you feel like you need somebody to talk to, or you just want to listen to other TIs, there's a call every night of the week, and they're long. And these moderators are working round the clock. They're working on these calls to give people a chance to talk and come up with ideas. So these are very, very important. They're very important. And if you don't want to give out your information, don't give out your information. Keep your defenses on. Keep your defensive layers. But please get on these calls. You will come up, you'll hear something and be like, oh, well, that's what's happening to me. Or just somebody else's story may touch you, and you're like, their targeting situation really parallels mine very closely. These calls are important, and I hope to make my own call very soon. I'm really trying to work with this charity and do some good work before I kind of hop off of that job, and then kind of get some focus down on this. I may make better videos then. But this young woman was very intelligent about it. I don't know how long she'd been going through it, and it was kind of on the after call. We went into another talk shoe room. She said something to me that I had never realized, and it makes a lot of sense about how specifically this works. Because I've always flip-flopped about how if I have a chip or not, because the magnet therapy works so well. It works so well when I put it up to my eye and stuff like that. She told me something that I had never realized or never thought of, and I don't think I ever would have thought of it. There's no way on my own I would have came to this information, which is why some of these phone calls are very important. She said that they can hit a spot on your body with electromagnetic frequencies, with like an ELF beam is what I call it, directed energy beam. They can make kind of an area of electromagnetic frequency on a certain part of your body. And they did this to me last night, and it worked this morning. And it kind of explained a lot of things to me. Now, when they do that, they'll create basically a temporary RFID point, basically a temporary RFID chip. Now, I'm not talking about an RFID chip that actually materializes in your body, but that spot of electromagnetic frequency energy creates a little point where even if you flip over and they're shooting a beam of directed energy through the window, it can do a 180 turn and come back to that point that they have made on your body as a temporary RFID point. I guess is the best way I can say it. I'm trying to figure out the language of how I would say it. But it basically makes a tracking point, an RF tracking point on your body, that then the frequencies that they are pinpointing you with can target, and they can target them in ways that I never knew before. That it's not just with radar that they're coming at a very parallel angle, which they can do, but that it can also take a turn. They can shoot it over you and it'll make a 180 degree turn and come back, because it's tracking that RF frequency point on your body. They're making a collection of electromagnetic energy on your body, and that frequency pulls towards it. And that was some really good knowledge, because it explains a lot. Like, I'm always like, is there somebody with ground weapons like on this side? Because it doesn't make sense that they'd be able to hit me on this side or something like that. Last night they hit me in my lower kind of abdomen area, and then I got up and started walking around, and I was sitting down and kind of hunched over, and they were still hitting that point, very, very, it was very pinpointed towards that point, which when I was laying down, they were collecting energy in that point. So they actually did that to me last night, and I saw an example of it. I felt an example of it, because I got up and I was hunched over, and there's no way they really could have gone through my back or the front really at a good angle to get that specific point. But it's like the energy collected there for a temporary RFID point, and then the electromagnetic frequencies were pinpointed there. I thought that was a very astute observation. Very, very smart young woman. Just was very impressed. Because, I talk to a lot of target individuals. They all have their knowledge, their wisdom, their information. I don't know, and I'm impressed with every target individual. So don't take this the wrong way. I was just super impressed. I was like, whoa. I was just like, oh, wow, that explains, a lot of stuff where I was getting my head, thinking there were ground weapons here, or, somebody doing something at a certain point, and, it was more complicated, but she explained it very well. I hope I explained it as well, but that is important information to know. So we do know how complicated the angles can be, and we don't, assume that it's like, oh wow, it's that over there, it's that they've got a person over there, with the ground weapon doing it, because they can do some. I guess the main point of that, what I said, is that they can do some very sophisticated stuff with these frequencies, with these electromagnetic frequencies. It gets very sophisticated, and we've got to realize that. We've got to realize that, so we're not just jumping to assumptions and conclusions. When we're out getting remotely hit, or we're, asleep and it's hitting us at a weird angle that we just can't understand, to not assume things. It was just some great information. And also the point of, please, get on those calls. It will, because it's lit up stuff in my head so much about this, and my heart, because a lot of people talk about their faith too. And things that get them through, and you may try things that get somebody else through the day and the night and keep them positive, and it may work really good. I've done that several times from several target individuals saying, I do this in this situation. I'm like, oh, okay, and then I'll try it, and it really works. There was something else I was coming up to after this that was really important, and I forgot it. I totally forgot it. I may have to come back to it. Pretty good video so far. Not as funny this morning. I guess to some of y'all, maybe I'm never funny. There was something there's something really important there. I may have to make another video because I can't think of it right now. And it's really an important thing that I need to talk about. Oh yeah, okay, just thought of it, guys. That's usually what happens if I forget something. It'll take about 20 seconds. Y'all count how many seconds that was that it took me to remember it. But they do use a lot of remote neural monitoring on me. They've done some very weird stuff, you know, to my head, to my language center. That is remote neural monitoring. It's not actually, I don't think it's brain injury, but they do. It is microwave my brain, so you never know. But this is a very good idea that I had. I think it's a great idea. You know, I want to do the Million TI March. I want to gather up fuel for that. I want to gather up a lot of TIs working on that, and I want to learn more about gathering permits. I want to do it smart, and I want to do it with the police. I think we just need to do it in Washington. That's one of my ideas, but that's going to take a while. This idea we can start doing immediately. We can start doing it immediately, and it'll get a lot of awareness out there. I want to start a YouTube campaign, and this is part of it. There's other social media platforms that you guys, I'm really not focusing on the vehicular stalking because I really want to focus on this idea right now. I think it's great. Okay, so I have a YouTube channel. I got a bunch of videos on it. You know, I got my avatar name, Vulcan Wolverine, and everything, and I'm making videos, getting awareness out that way. That's all good. But then the other day I went to somebody named, and I'm sure maybe some of y'all have watched her videos, Lisa Haven. She was talking about, she had a video on metadata, on how the CIA, it was somebody who worked for the CIA, they were having a debate about how metadata is collected by the NSA, and the guy actually says it. He says, we use metadata to kill people. But then they say that the metadata that they're collecting on American citizens, they don't use for that, which is, it's kind of weird. But anyway, that's not the point. I saw that video and I saw that it had something to do with, like, you know, because I heard Lisa on the video say, you know, and I'm not saying they're killing American citizens yet. I heard her say that. She's like, I'm not saying it's like that, but I just wanted to show you all this video. You know, then she went on to make her points. So I saw that as an opportunity. Something clicked, and I said, you know, I'm going to go ahead and leave a comment on her page. So I commented, and I said, you know, Lisa, it's worse than you think. You know, there are targeted individuals out there. There are citizens around the world who are being, you know, experimented on, tortured, and killed by directed energy. You know, they're called targeted individuals. I'm one of them. Please look up targeted individuals and organized gang stalking. Here's my channel. And she had about 500,000 views on that video that she put out. So then I had a thought, and check it out, guys. We should start a YouTube campaign. So any targeted individual with a YouTube channel, we should start going to any kind of conspiracy fact channel or NWO channel or anybody who may have an interest in this, and start leaving comments saying, hey, check out targeted individuals and organized gang stalking, because it's getting pretty bad and they are experimenting on citizens. I'm going to get in front of this van because he has one headlight on, and I'm going to go up to this light. Oh man, I can't get it. I can't get the right angle. Oh, y'all see him? I'm going to just get that, because there's three. I've had three tailing me, so that's good evidence, guys. That's right in your faces. Right in all of our faces. White van, one headlight. I'm going to slow down. I'm not going to let him pull off me. I'm going to and he's going around me. I'm going to get him when he comes by. If he's coming by this thing. I'm going to have to look at those later. But this idea could be really good. You know, this idea could be very, very good if we go on, And, you know, I'm not sure how we want to do it. And then other social media outlets where people have Twitter or something like that, you know, we can do campaigns on those to